What's going on, guys? Car Review Guys here. My name is AJ and we are back with the 2023 Lexus IS500 V8 472 horsepower. This is the F Sport Performance, and this is not the full review. Full review will be linked down below. This is 5 things to love, 5 things to improve, and I won't lie, we're getting pretty nitpicky on the 5 things to improve, because this thing, I like this thing. I like it a lot. Without further ado, let's roll the cinematic and then let's jump right on into it. Number 1 on the 5 things to improve, and that is with the door handle / keyless entry. And if you come up to the front door, you can see the little indentation there, and putting your hand inside to unlock it. I wish it was also on the rear door. Is it a huge deal? Again, no, it is not, but it is something that is actually convenient. Anyone that has had a vehicle that has it on both doors, it is very, very nice. So maybe, I don't know if we'll ever see that, but maybe. Number 2 on the list has to do with the brake calipers, and they say Lexus on there, as you can see, but I think it would be nice, it would really pop on this car being just so sporty for a sedan, having optional colored brake calipers. So for me, like, I would love to get red calipers. Obviously you can do it aftermarket, but it would be nice to get that from factory, and it's not a big deal, and they could just charge like $500, $600, and that would be nice. Number 3 is on the interior, and we can also show it through the front windshield. There is no heads-up display, and I would love to have a heads-up display up there as optional. Again, $500 to $800, somewhere in there. It would be super nice. It's very usable, especially whenever you have a sporty sedan like this, and for those of you that do like to track a vehicle, the heads-up display is nice. It's also just nice driving around for like navigation and stuff like that. Just having it out on the road, seeing it out there, super nice. Also just makes it feel even more luxurious, in my humble opinion. Number 4 on the list has to do with the mirrors, and that would be right in this region. There is no power folding mirrors, and once again, I'm just beating this horse dead, basically, if you will. I am nitpicking. This is not a big deal at all. However, it would be nice to, whenever you lock your vehicle, have your mirrors fold. It keeps them out of the way, keeps people from bumping them. Like, yes, you could manually push them in every time, but it's super nice when they're power folding. And on a vehicle like this, to be honest with how nice it is, I really do expect power folding mirrors. So maybe in the future we'll see that. Number 5 on the list has to do with the wheels, kind of. I wish there was an optional all-wheel drive on this vehicle. As it sits right now, it is rear-wheel drive only, and while that is fun here and there to kick the back end out and whatever else, from a daily perspective, like, I could get a sports car that's rear-wheel drive. When it's a sedan, I love having an option to get the all-wheel drive, just because you never know what weather you're gonna be in. You don't know where you wanna take this. Like, I would love to take this on a snowboarding trip up in the mountains and everything else. but I'm not doing it rear wheel drive. Yes, it has a snow mode. How well that works, nowhere near as good as all wheel drive, I can promise you. So hopefully we will see an all wheel drive variant of this. I don't know if we ever will, but man, if they do, I might be first one on the list, 100%. See what I did there? Anyway, let's move on to the 5 things to love, because these are some good items. Number 1 on the list is the exhaust. The exhaust sounds good. Now, keep in mind, if you got an aftermarket exhaust, it's gonna sound even better because the muffler on this does quiet it down a good bit, I won't lie. And they do have some piped in sound into the interior. I will say it's the best piped in sound I've ever heard in my entire life, because in most vehicles, it sounds terrible and it's just pathetic. And this, it does not. It generally sounds like the V8 growl when you're on the inside, and that is nice. And the exhaust does sound really good. It makes it fun. However, again, if you went with an aftermarket exhaust, oh man, this thing would be insane. I'll give you a very quick startup here. Not bad, not terrible, but again, aftermarket, oh, this thing would scream. Number 2 on the list is the exterior design. I mean, it looks killer. Even from the headlamps to the front grille, it looks so good. You have the optional matte black BBS wheels, the big cowl in the hood. Like, I know on camera it probably doesn't show up as much, but it is so aggressive. I really love the look of that hood. And then even just the fenders, like the way that this pops out. I'll come back here for you. Try to show just how girthy this thing is. Like, look at how much it comes out. You can really notice that in person. You have the spoiler here, looks good as well. It's like a diffuser look back here, the stacked exhaust. All the way around, love the look and the design of the exterior on this IS500. Number 3 on the list is the ride quality. It rides amazing. It's still like, it just has such balance. Like, you can put it in Sport Plus and you get everything you want out of it to be just so sporty. And then you can put it like in normal / comfort, and it's just, it's a Lexus. I mean, those of you that aren't new to my channel, you know I brag about Lexus and their ride quality. I really do. And I was skeptical with this being, you know, more sporty. I was concerned that maybe they would lose the Lexus comfort side of it, and they haven't. And it's still so quiet when you want it to be as well. Like, it's just balanced just incredibly. Number 4 is the acceleration. Having 472 horsepower, having a 0 to 60 in the, you know, 4 to 5 second range, somewhere in there, it's just a fun vehicle. I mean, just having the passing power in an everyday, daily driver type of vehicle, and having that V8, yeah, I like it. It really does. I mean, I know that, like, you know, I've owned a Kia Stinger, which is a V6 twin turbo, and obviously they make power, but it's a different feel of power. Like, you can just feel the torque from the V8 in this IS500 at all times. So it's just fun. The acceleration is great in this sedan. Number 5 is on the interior, and that is all of the technology, right? You've got memory seating, you have lane centering and adaptive cruise control, you have heated seats, cooled seats, heated steering wheel, you have a nice big touchscreen, or you can use the pad if you would like. You have your sunroof, you have your buttons up on the mirror for your garage, like the home link. Like, it may not be the fanciest buttons. The buttons might be a little outdated, but it's still all there. It still has the options. And, like, no offense to Infiniti, but like the Q50 hasn't changed since 2014. Like, it's still, to my knowledge, unless maybe this year, because I've not looked at this year's. So up until last year's model, still doesn't even have ventilated / cooled seats. You know, and this has it. So Lexus has done a great job keeping all of that there. Again, yes, the buttons could be updated a little bit. I mean, they're just kind of bland, which is surprising for Lexus because usually they have like nice little chrome bezels and all that stuff. Not a big deal nonetheless, but having that technology there is really, really what matters and what counts, and they did. So I had to give them props and credit where it's due. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Again, not full review. Full review is interior, exterior, stats, figures, driving it. Everything you would want to know is in the review, link down below. This is just a quick highlight type of video. Try our best to keep these under 10 minutes. Sometimes they leak up to the 12 side, but it generally never goes past that. Please like, please subscribe. We're on our way to 20,000. We're over 18,000 now. I appreciate you guys. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.